Are you building your life, or has it been built for you? It's a really important question to ask. Most people, their whole life is built for them. They don't even realize it actually until their life is ending. And at the end of their life, they say, well, that wasn't even my life. I mean, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, I didn't do this, I didn't do this. Are you building your life, or has it been built for you? Well-meaning people in our society tell us, our parents, our friends, our teachers, our culture says, try this out. And before we know, 2 years have been passed and we're studying this subject that we didn't really even like, but we've already invested so much time and money into it. The next thing you know, you've been doing it for your career for the last 10 years of your life. And anyone who has lived a really fulfilling life and a really successful life has built their life. They've asked themselves the question, what do I really want to do? One of my favorite quotes is that Ralph Waldo Emerson quote, "Don't go where the path may lead, instead leave the path and make your own trail." Are you following the trail that your best friend from high school did, or that the people that seemed like they knew what they were talking about said to do, or that someone else did? You can't create your own success without creating your own path. So that's when we start asking ourselves, it's when you start asking, a little bit of glare there, that's when you start asking, what do you really want? Now that's a question we are not asked. Have you ever seen that on a test when you were growing up? What do you want? Most parents don't even ask their kids that. After they're 5 years old and they say they want to be an astronaut. When you turn 14, 15, 16, it's okay, all right, here's what I think you should do. It's not, what do you think you should do? And when you know the answer to that question and you don't think in terms of, is this realistic? Is this not realistic? Am I good enough? Am I qualified enough? Am I ready? I don't know how to do it. If you just, for a second, don't think that way, and instead you just ask yourself, how would I build my life? How would I build my life? You've taken the first step. You have a vision. Helen Keller once said, the only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Find the vision and use that vision to override the little part of the mind that says, well, you don't know how to do that. Well, I don't think you should do that. That's probably not that realistic. There's people better than you at it. Your ability to make money at something you love is in direct proportion to your ability to do it. You didn't know how to walk. You eventually learned how to walk and you got pretty good at walking. Like I'm walking right now. I would not be able to make this video if in my mind I said to myself and to my parents when I first started walking, well, I don't know how to do it. I'm not qualified to learn how to walk. I haven't studied it enough. I don't really know the trajectory of the way my foot's gonna land. Imagine like a little kid saying that. Be like, dude, just walk. Well, dude, just build your life. You're not gonna know how to be great at it right away, but if you apply the same exact thing as you did with walking, which was little by little every single day, if you're in a life you don't want to be in right now, you don't need to scrap it all, but you can use it as a bridge to work towards something else. You can spend your weekends working on it, and it can be this beautiful weekend passion that in 2 months or 6 months or in 2 years turns into a lifestyle. You learn to walk the same way you learn to build your dreams, step by step. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Martin Luther King told us that. So don't psych yourself out before you've actually taken the first step up the staircase. Well, that's a pretty high staircase. Well, it looks pretty difficult to ride a bike. I'm not gonna try. 5-year-olds generally don't say that. So why do you at your age not do the same thing? So the question is, have you built your life? And the question is, what do you really want to do? And when we do that, life can get just a little bit more beautiful. Look at how beautiful it is outside. It's my backyard. You can build it. It's just like walking. Take the first step, then the second step. But first, find the vision and know that that's truth. Here's a little final thought. Just because something appears to be so, doesn't mean it's so. So, just because it appears you don't have the skills or the connections or the resources or whatever it is, you're too old, you're too young, you don't have the skill set, that's just an appearance. The only constant is change, so if you will change, everything will change. The question is, what do you really want?